Jean McDonald, and today's Tuesday, so we have a transition tip. And today's transition tip has to do with health and aging. During my lifetime, I've had friends who've had chronic health issues that in turn changed their lives in that they ended up getting into being healthcare professionals. One in particular just had the toughest time all her life, and she became a medical doctor, but she also became an acupuncturist. She knew that balance of regular medicine and naturopathy. There have been people in my life who all of a sudden had health conditions midstream. Maybe they had some of them happen earlier, but my late husband was an example. As he got older, the medical problems seemed to progress and kind of add on to each other. And he passed away at the age of 58. So young. Oh, getting choked up again. And then there's those that are healthy all their lives. They never see doctors. They do mostly good things, but they're not nobody's perfect. And then it'll hit them, a health crisis. One case in point is my father. He never saw doctors. He was always physically fit. He ate well, and he had a heart attack in his, I believe it was like early 70s, and he passed away 2 weeks later. And looking back, he never saw doctors. He never had checkups. He never paid attention to some of the symptoms. And looking back, he did have symptoms. He always had this chronic indigestion that he took a lot of Rolaids and stuff for. Well, that could have been a health issue because sometimes the GI, upper GI, and the lower heart kind of close. So could have been linked there. And most recently, my brother, who on his 70th birthday had a seizure. And a couple months before that, he had, well, we thought it was a stroke, but it was actually kind of like a hemorrhage in his brain. Now, he's not been to doctors probably since he was in high school, if, even if that. Has lived a relatively healthy life, has kept his weight down. Then all of a sudden, everything changes. How do you deal with that kind of transition? It's almost like when you, for me, it was like breaking my arm. All of a sudden, it's like you're this one day, and then the next day, things are totally different. And that's the way it was for my brother. He all of a sudden had to leave his home, move in with me. He's had to give up his driver's license for 6 months, and his entire life has changed. So when you have to go through that type of transition, how do you deal with it? With my brother, he's got a support system that he puts up with. And I have been his advocate with the doctors because when you've never been to a doctor and you're dealing with this health transition, these aging transitions where you're seeing doctors more, it doesn't hurt to have an advocate, someone who is going to ask the questions you're going to forget to ask, who's going to listen to answers because you're going to be filled with emotions going through your transition. You've got all this stuff going on inside there and inside here that it's kind of hard to process everything. So I'm a big fan of having a health care advocate. I did this for my mother. I did this for my late husband. I did this doing this for my brother now. And so I think my transition tip comes down to when you're dealing with a tough transition, dealing with your health, your physical body, and the health issues that come with aging, take someone with you to the appointments, even if it's a small appointment. take someone with you that can help be your eyes and ears, especially if your hearing's going, which is another common ailment around this area where I'm in a retirement community. So people are losing their hearings, they're having cataract surgery, and a lot of hip and knee replacements. So those are the big three around here. But take someone with you that can ask your questions for you, that can confirm the information for you, that can listen to the things you might be missing because of your emotions. And with that, I do have to say too, even if you're a naturopathic person, it wouldn't hurt to have a regular health exam once in a while because sometimes these things are there and you can be the healthiest person in the world and there's something there. So, having some blood work done, having a general checkup, not a bad idea so that these health transitions don't have to be as tough. And with that, this is transition tip number 3 from Jean McDonald. Have a great week. Bye bye.